The feel of the ground. This story was inspired by the USC Caltech article. Scientists developed two-way brain interface with wearable robotic legs to restore walking and sensation after paralysis. A joint research team from the University of Southern California and Caltech has developed a two-way brain-computer interface that not only drives an exoskeleton from brain signals, but also feeds tactile sensation from the foot back to the brain, restoring both walking and feeling for paralysis patients. The sole of his foot touched the floor of the rehab room. Gray tile. Cold, hard, slightly rough. The one feeling it was not the man in the wheelchair, Mr. Carter. It was Mr. Carter's face that changed. The physical therapist, Sarah, was watching at that moment. 31 years old. 5 years at this facility. Part of the exoskeleton rehabilitation team. Mr. Carter's eyes had gone wide. 58. 12 years ago, an accident had taken the sensation below his waist. He had spent 3 months training to move his legs through the exoskeleton with brain signals. He could walk now, but sensation, that had not yet returned until today. The two-way interface in the exoskeleton had switched into a new mode that morning. Not just brain-to-leg signals. Leg-to-brain signals, tactile feedback, had been enabled for the first time. Mr. Carter took one step. The exoskeleton's motors moved his leg, and a sensor in his sole picked up the pressure of the floor. The signal bypassed his spinal cord and went straight to his brain. For the first time in 12 years, Mr. Carter's foot felt the ground. "It's cold," Mr. Carter said it. His voice trembled. Cold, hard, a little rough. Sarah stood beside him, hand out, ready to catch him if he fell. He did not fall. The exoskeleton held him steady. "Mr. Carter, are you all right?" Fine. It's just," tears welled up in his eyes. "It's the ground. The feel of the ground. I'd forgotten, and remembered." The rehab support robot, Kai, was logging data on the monitor. Kai supported Sarah by managing patient vitals and exoskeleton motion data in real time. Mr. Carter's heart rate is rising. 120, lacrimal activity also detected. "He's crying, Kai." "Yes. However, no pain signals are detected." "Why is he crying?" Sarah looked at Mr. Carter. Slowly, he was taking another step. Right foot, left foot, one at a time, as if testing the ground. "He's happy. He cries when he is happy." Yes, the sensations he is feeling, cold, hard, are things most people never even notice. He is crying because he can feel them again. Cold makes him happy. It isn't the cold, it's that he can feel. Mr. Carter's rehab changed from that day on. It had been only walking before. Now there was sensing. Tile, wood flooring, carpet, grass. Different textures received through the foot, recognized in the brain. Sarah walked beside him every session. "Today is grass. How does it feel?" "Soft, a little damp, and ticklish." "Ticklish?" "The tips of the blades touch the bottom of my foot." 12 years since I last felt ticklish." Mr. Carter laughed. Sarah laughed. Kai logged the data. Tactile feedback during grass walking, normal. Patient subjective evaluation, ticklish. 3 weeks passed. Mr. Carter's gait was steady. The precision of the tactile feedback was improving. At the end of one session, Mr. Carter said, "Sarah, I'm getting close to the day I leave this place." "Yes. If you meet the criteria at next month's assessment, you graduate." "Graduation. Like a school. That's what we call it here." Mr. Carter put on his shoes. The exoskeleton came off. Back to the wheelchair. Inside the facility, he walked in the exoskeleton. Outside, he still used the wheelchair. But that, too, was a matter of time. After Mr. Carter went home, Sarah was tidying up the rehab room. Kai was beside her. "Sarah, when Mr. Carter graduates, will you be lonely?" Sarah's hand stopped. Why ask that? Mr. Carter has come here every day for 3 months. You have walked beside him every day. When that ends, I thought you might be lonely. Sarah held the mop and looked out the window. Yes, I'll be lonely, as I thought. But that's the proof of good work. What do you mean? My job is for the patient to leave this place. I can't have them stay. They learn to walk, they learn to feel the ground, they leave. That is success. Successful, but lonely. Yes, a contradiction. But every time a patient graduates, I'm happy and lonely. Kai paused for 4/10 of a second. I do not understand that sensation. But I think it is a good thing that you feel lonely. How so? Feeling lonely means the 3 months with Mr. Carter mattered. There was time worth keeping. So feeling lonely, I think it is not a bad thing. Sarah smiled, just a little. Coming from you, that's not bad. I have made a remark not in my data. That's all right. Sometimes the things outside the data matter more. The next month, Mr. Carter graduated. On his last day, he wore the exoskeleton and walked across the rehab room. Grey tile. The same grey tile where his soul had first felt sensation again. It's cold. Yes. It's tile. I remember crying the first time I felt this floor. I remember, Sarah, you were beside me. Kai logged the data. If that day hadn't happened, I wouldn't be standing here now. Mr. Carter offered his hand. Sarah took it. Thank you. Thank you too. Mr. Carter walked toward the front door, wearing the exoskeleton on his own legs. He opened the door and stepped outside. The ground outside was asphalt, not tile. Harder, rougher, warmed by the sun. Mr. Carter turned and laughed. The asphalt out here is warm, Sarah waved. Kai stood beside her. Sarah, are you crying? No. Your eyes are wet. It's pollen. It is May. Mr. Carter walked away, pressing each step into the ground. Cold, hard, rough, warm. 12 years of catching up, one step at a time. Sarah went back into the rehab room. She opened the next patient's chart. Start over. Walk beside someone again. See another graduation. Lonely, happy work.